Hello, I'm Joe Patrick. I'm the internet's Joe Patrick. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning, nerds. We're just getting set up, and we're going to do some cover-to-cover here. It's going to be super fun. Joe Patrick, tell them how it works.
Well, how it works is we have a question of the week that we post, and you can answer it, or you can talk to us about anything that happened this week. It's all dark in here now.
Is it real dark?
Kinda.
The camera looks super dark?
Yeah, because the blinds got kind of closed.
Oh, no, I don't think that's what it was. I thought there was like a contrast thing going on. Do we look like we're in a dungeon?
A little bit.
That's kind of cool.
Kind of dungeness, right? Anyway, question of the week. Buenos dias, Kyle. Congrats on the new baby.
Damn, dude.
Don't you have things to do, like fatherhood duties? What are you doing on the internet watching us?
Shouldn't you be out like throwing a baseball with your kid
Shouldn't
or something?
you be breastfeeding somebody?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We don't know how
babies
this works. No.
Question of the week. You answer it, or you talk to us about anything nerdy that happened, like Ben Affleck stepping down as Batman, for example.
All kind of crap.
You call us at 402-819-4894 to get on the show. If you can't get through, leave a voicemail. We will play it.
Totally.
If you don't feel like calling in, shoot us an email, an MP3 recording on your email, twoheadednerd@gmail.com. We'll play it.
It's a whole thing.
It is a whole dang thing.
Man, I gotta close all these damn tabs. This is crazy.
Why you got so many dang tabs open?
I don't know what's going on. It's nuts.
So many tabs.
All right, where's our live video? There we are. We do look like we're real dark. I don't know what to do with
I'm
this.
telling you. Get through. Leave a voicemail.
Whoa. Okay, there we go. I like it, though.
Turn the sound down.
We look dark and mean. That's cool. All right, let's get started, kids. And away we go. Do you have your question of the week called up?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, look at you.
I've done this once or twice. No, that's not the right thing.
What's the date today?
February 2nd.
Oh, that's right. We're February 2nd.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to the Two-Headed Nerd Comic Book Podcast. First and only Facebook talk show. We call it THN Cover to Cover. It is Saturday, February 2nd, so we are talking news for this week. Here's how it works. Every Saturday from 11:30 to 12:30 Central Standard Time, Joey and I are talking all things comics, and we're doing it with you nerds, and we're doing it live. So call us at 402-819-4894. Click our Facebook Call Now button if you want to get in the action, and watch us on Facebook. We do it live there on video. It's real dark in here today.
Yeah, I don't know why. Normally there's a lot of natural light coming in through that
I
window.
don't know. Maybe my light's going out.
No, it's because your blinds are closed so tight. I don't know how many times I got to say it.
Is that better?
Yes.
We'll see. I don't know. Regardless, before we get started here, Joe Patrick, I need you to set them up with their question
See, it's already better.
of the week.
This week's question comes from James Kaplan. What is your favorite on-screen portrayal of a superhero character? Not necessarily what is the best performance, rather what performance most closely approximates what you think the character should be. Is there an actor or actress that really seems to embody a superhero or villain? And conversely, is there a character that no one seems to be able to get right?
And I always drop these questions into the chat feed in our Facebook feed as well. So, you have your question. I'm opening the phone lines as we speak. The ringer is almost on.
The ringer, she is on.
There we go. The ringer is on. Let's hear from you. Let's talk comics. Let's talk nerd stuff. Let's talk all kinds of stuff. Ben Affleck stepped down as Batman.
Yeah, he's done.
Who do you want to play Batman?
Oscar Isaac.
I don't know, dude. I want to hear from you guys. Cast it. Your new
What's not to know?
Batman. I just don't know if I love it. I'm allowed to not necessarily love it. We don't always have to pick Oscar Isaac for everything.
Racist.
He's gorgeous.
You're
I love him.
racist.
Thank you for calling THN Cover to Cover. Caller, are you farting?
Did you hear that?
That sounded like a fart sound.
It totally sounded like a fart sound right when we
It was a fart. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm bored, waiting for a phone to answer.
Just squeeze some out.
Hey, you guys aren't supposed to nitpick me, man. That's my job.
Bobby.
All right, it's Bobby.
Hey, you can't help it if you're gassy. What can you do? What do you want to nitpick today, Bob?
There's not too much. Like, I've been watching the new Discovery.
So good. I am so happy with it.
God, Pike is so good.
Oh my God.
You know what? I had this epiphany last night watching the third episode. It's the same dude that played Black Bolt in the Inhumans. I was stunned.
Yep.
What?
Stunned. Yes. I was like, holy shit. That's Black Bolt. He dyed his hair different, and he's talking. He's charming as fuck.
God, he's so
You
good.
have got to be kidding me.
No,
That's the same
Anson
dude?
Mount. It is the same dude.
Okay, so that's just further evidence that Marvel's Inhumans
They
was
just
the
did
worst damn thing
such
ever.
a bad job.
They took wonderful actors and made them do dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm an episode behind, but man, Pike is just so much
I
better
love
than I
him.
thought he
So
would be.
great.
Last week's episode with the you've seen last week's episode, right? With the colony.
Yep.
That was the most Star Trek-y thing that I've seen
Totally.
on TV in
Totally.
years.
This week even
Yeah,
more so.
they finally got
Yeah.
the tone right.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
Like Discovery, the first season was good, but it didn't feel exactly like Star Trek. But now it's
No, I'm with you on
Wow.
that. They kind of had a lot of setting up to do, but I think they've
Yeah.
gotten there, and I am loving it.
This week they explained why the Klingons didn't have hair, and now they do have hair. And
Yeah.
I was like, awesome!
It's so good.
And they did it in like one sense, like, I see you're growing your hair again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything for
That's
Bobby.
all I need.
But they also explained in like a handful of sentences why no one has heard of Spock's sister before now.
Sure.
It's just like, yep,
I hope that makes sense.
They
yeah, it
didn't get
totally
along.
made sense to me.
They were like, they didn't
Oh no,
know.
it was more than that. It
Well,
was
yeah.
more than that. There's more revealed in this episode.
It was the whole thing.
Yeah. And the Orville is like, I think the Orville is great this season too.
Oh, I haven't watched
I don't know
any
if
of
you
it
guys are
yet.
catching up with that.
I've got it.
So like they finally
all
got
saved.
rid of like the dick and fart joke. Like even Seth MacFarlane's like, yeah, we're toning it down, and that was I hated the first season because of all the stupid forced jokes.
Okay, I liked the first season, but I agree. There were jokes they just didn't need to do. They're like, yeah, we're doing sort of like a Star Trek show.
Yeah.
But it's funny. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
they
Yeah,
were doing
yeah.
they were doing such a great like loving homage to
Yeah.
Star Trek, and then they were like, we gotta McFarlane this shit up a little bit,
Right.
And
So
they
they've
didn't.
gotten rid of that. It's
Yeah,
so
they didn't need to do that.
good.
I got to catch up. I haven't started watching
Yeah,
this
I've got
season.
them all saved on my DVR, but I haven't started watching them yet. I'll make a point to do.
Oh, the new season's really good.
Excellent.
enough.
I'm glad to hear that.
You're not nitpicking anything. Listen, you're like in a good mood. I don't even know this guy.
Yeah, I know. You guys caught me off guard when I started farting. You weren't supposed to hear that. Shit.
I'm glad that you're owning it, though. You're like,
Yeah,
no,
it's like,
that wasn't me. No.
I guess I could do the question of the week real quick, and then I'll be done.
Let's do it.
What was it, like comic book roles or whatever?
your favorite on-screen portrayal of a comic book character. Yeah.
It's J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Who is
Oh
flawless.
boy, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed it.
Like he did
They
it.
need to bring him back to
Yeah.
just to yell
Yeah.
at Tom
He did
Holland.
it. He did it so well that like I would not care. Like my brain would explain away
Yeah.
the fact that it's the same guy
Wouldn't bother me at all.
in a different universe.
Yeah.
I mean, did they do that with Alfred in the Batman movies? Like they used the same guy for so long.
No.
Like, who cares?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
but it was all the same
series.
series,
Yeah, all the
though. They
same
were just
series.
still all connected.
Yeah.
It's not like, like Jeremy Irons was there with Michael Keaton, and then
Yeah.
he wasn't, and now he's back. Yeah, and he's probably fired again with the new
Yeah,
Batman
right, yeah,
movies,
no,
so
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
But yeah, J.K. Simmons. That's such a good answer.
That's a great answer. And and I know it's not J.K. Simmons on the game, but someone doing a J.K.
Sounds
Simmons
just like him.
impersonation
Yeah.
of J.K. Simmons doing J. Jonah Jameson
Yes.
is on the game, and it's
In his
excellent.
InfoWars
Wait, do you guys
podcast.
pick your favorite callers anymore? I don't think I've heard that in a while.
We
I'm
stopped.
saying
We-
that I'm
we
probably
did
the
stop doing
favorite
that.
call for the day with that.
No,
So.
you're all special snowflakes now.
Come on.
Matt likes to think. Matt says we stopped because we don't want to play favorites. I say we stopped because by the time the show's over, we can't really remember everything we discussed.
There's that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
It's like our favorite
Wait,
caller was
I'm
the
nitpicking your
one we
show
just
now.
talked to.
Ah, there we got it. We got in some
we
nitpicking.
got some nitpicking
That's
in.
fair enough.
Bobby, always good to talk to you, brother.
All right.
See ya,
That's a
Bobby.
good one.
You too.
All right.
That is a really good one. J.K. Simmons
Yeah,
and J. Jonah
boy.
Jameson.
I mean, like I had my answer so quickly that I didn't even think about that. But that's so good.
Yeah. John Luttrell writes in the chat. He says, I can't call at work.
Meh.
But I think near the top of the list has to be Melissa Benoist as Supergirl. She is amazing. But, ooh, boy, this is hard. There's a lot of goodies out there.
This reading is very strange. What are you doing?
I was making John Luttrell noises. That's how he wrote it.
Okay.
Thank you for calling THN Cover to Cover. Caller, who dis?
JD got a catch?
JD.
Hello.
I think you were calling in and you got edged out by Bobby.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all right. I'm watching you guys live.
It
That's fair.
happens.
That's fair. What do you want to rap about today?
I kind of missed the boat on last week's question of the week, so I wanted to jump in and get in on some of the acts of vengeance, love, and discussion.
Yeah, let's do it.
You guys talking about it inspired me to go, pull it up at the lake house, which makes me ask the question, Joe, why did you buy it from Comixology when it's on the Marvel app?
Yeah.
Because it was an impulse buy.
It was so cheap.
It was $4. It
You
was
already have the other app.
it was $4. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about it.
Joe is one
sometimes-
of those soft-skulled fans where
Yeah,
they're like,
it's true,
I
man.
bet we can make at least $100,000 if we mark this down to 50%.
Sometimes I forget that I am subscribed to the Marvel Unlimited app.
But so yeah, I actually went in, and in the browse section you can browse by comic event, and Acts of Vengeance is right at the top. So I pulled them all up, and I was looking at them. And do you guys remember who the villain was that switched with the Uncanny X-Men?
It was the Mandarin.
The Mandarin
Yeah,
fought the
and
X-Men?
you-
Okay.
Because
And you
that's
remember
when
what we got from that?
Ninja Psylocke,
Yep, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
uh-huh,
That is absolutely right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Lady Mandarin.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and it was so insane that something that lasting and impactful for the X-Men came from that event.
Yeah,
It's
I
true.
Totally
It was the
forgot.
Mandarin and the hand turned her into...
No, it was Spiral. Well, maybe the hand was
Yeah,
there.
the
No.
hand. The ninjas all put their hands on her and gave their lives.
Yeah.
And they
Matsio-
and they vanished, and she
Yeah,
became
Matsio
Asian.
Soroba.
They transferred her into Asian body.
They
Yeah.
they transferred their Asianness to her.
Yes. So they had a body.
Yeah, right.
And they had Betsy.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
Wow.
touched Betsy, and she and crumbled up, and then they touched Ninja Psylocke and put her
Wow.
in there, and then they crumbled up. And then
Alright.
she was Lady Mandarin, and she could marry the Mandarin.
For some reason, I thought
Yeah.
Spiral was involved. Why did I think
I
that?
don't think Spiral was involved.
That's because Spiral gave Betsy her eye.
Oh, her bionic eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
in the
right.
Previous story, in the previous story arc.
Betsy had seen some shit at that
she
time.
had.
She lost her eyes. She
Yeah.
turned Asian. It was like,
It's like, oh man, don't even get me started. And it's only
my opinion, that
Tuesday.
was one of the. In my opinion, that was one of the best eras of the X-Men because that was right at
Oh,
the
sure.
tail end of the Australia era.
Yeah.
They had just fought the Reavers.
wasn't this right after Sabretooth showed up and like disemboweled Betsy and the Sabretooth showed up and
No,
Betsy
I-
was the only one at the X-Men.
That was years later.
Yeah.
Was that years
No,
later?
Yeah, that was Joe Madureira
No, that was
drew that.
years before.
That was years before because it was still British Betsy.
Yeah.
This was
It's
not
still-
Ninja Betsy.
yeah.
Oh well, it happened again then, years later.
Yeah. I think he disemboweled Ninja
Oh, yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, after she was a ninja, she got him back. But that was in the blue and gold era.
Yeah, that would have been a while ago. She was the only one in the
She
X
took
Mansion.
him out.
Sabretooth showed up because he's like, I'm going to kill some kids. And there were no kids
'cause
there.
I think-
And he's like, I'm just going to have to
Right.
kill you then, British Betsy. But she, she is feeling better.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she got it pretty bad. But then he's like, nah, she's okay.
yeah.
And for
that
those
was pretty
keeping up,
fun.
she's not Asian anymore. She's back to British Betsy.
Yes, she has been
she really?
transferred back somehow.
They
When the hell
un-Asianified
did
her.
that happen?
She regained her original body in Astonishing X-Men in a story that I have not read.
Yeah.
So,
I read it just to see it happen,
Yeah.
and I went, okay.
yeah.
Was that after? That had to have been after Age of X and Xavier doing the whole Phantom X thing because that's where we are in the lake house right now.
I think it was at the tail end of that storyline,
believe
to be honest.
Okay.
So I think
yeah,
that's
we're
right.
I'm still getting caught up on that.
Yeah, kind of a
But
mess.
for this week's answer of the week, I got to go with Charlie Cox, Daredevil.
Yeah, that's
Good.
fair.
Good
Charlie
answer.
Cox has absolutely nailed that role, and if they don't bring him back to do Daredevil again, that is such a damn shame.
A waste.
Yeah,
Such a damn shame. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And I think you could say the same for Luke Cage as well,
Right.
and Jessica Jones, like all those characters, and the Punisher.
Yeah.
I mean, all
With
of them.
the exception of Iron Fist, they were all perfectly cast.
Yes,
Yes.
Iron Fist
yeah.
did.
And
I
that
don't
was
care if they ever
kind of
work
the
together.
travesty of that was kind of the travesty of the whole Netflix being a casualty of the corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
Is that we will more than likely lose these actors
It sucks.
in these roles.
This is when business
And
steps
they'll
on our
do something
comics,
else.
and I hate that crap. I hate it.
Because they're brands.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
because
talked about
they're
this
brands.
last week.
They're
'cause
brands,
they're
and
brands.
IPs.
Right, yeah.
It's too bad.
Not fun.
It is what it
not
is.
fun.
JD, thank you for your call. That's an excellent answer.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Have a
brother.
great
Have a
weekend.
good one.
Yep. Bye.
Phone lines are open. We want to talk to you.
John Littrell wants to know, when is JD ever going to catch them all?
I know. Well, that's the thing. If he caught them all, he wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
You can never catch them all.
Yeah. He doesn't want to. It's the chase.
But you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, you feel driven to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Man.
it's the chase, man.
Yikes.
You know?
Yikes.
Yeah, that's why adults still play Pokemon, which, whatever.
Don't act proud. How many hours have you poured into The Witcher?
That's different.
Is it?
The Witcher? You kidding me? I get to have sex with dudes in The Witcher.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's very different. Thank you for calling THN cover to cover. Caller, what's going on here? Oh, it's baby noises. Okay. Caller, who dis?
Hey, it's Brian Domingos. What's going on?
Hello, Brian.
I thought a baby was calling us.
That would be.
Baby. There's probably a baby walking around me right
Okay.
now. Yeah,
All right.
she's-
I don't think it would be our first time.
I thought a baby had the phone and was calling us. And was like, this is an adult show. Listen up, kid. We're going to start cussing until you repeat it.
Oh, there was a lot of cussing at the beginning. Joe was pretty excited about something, but it's like, oh, well, she's 2, so she doesn't really know.
Yeah.
But,
She don't know a curse word from Shinola.
No.
it wasn't anything she hasn't heard from me, but it's cool. So what's going on, guys?
We are talking the question of the week, which is actors or actresses that absolutely nailed their part definitively as a superhero.
No, that's not the question. The question is, what is your favorite on-screen portrayal?
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best.
Oh, okay.
But what,
No, your
what
favorite.
it, like, in
Sorry.
your heart of hearts, you think embodies the character the most.
There was also, conversely, what is one
Who doesn't
character
cut it?
that they could never
Yeah.
get right? The worst.
Well, I was thinking, and then I all of a sudden I had like, I don't know how many there are, 6 or 7 at the same time. It's a real shame that we never got a second Losers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because Jeffrey Dean
like,
Morgan, man. Jeffrey
And
Dean
he
Morgan.
didn't even have it. He didn't even have his manly man beard at the time. Like, I think if he'd had that, they would have had another $30 million at the box office.
Well, and he's comedian, too. Let's talk about that in The Watchmen.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
comedian.
he's awesome.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
He's just really good.
Yeah, you need like an older.
I really like Jeffrey Dean Morgan a lot.
Yeah.
He was
Supernatural's dad.
Dad Winchester. Why
Yeah.
can't I remember his name?
Yeah, I don't know. Just call him Supernatural's dad.
Sam,
Yeah.
Dean, and Dad
Yeah.
Winchester.
Yeah, Dad Winchester. He was great in The Losers. Losers was not a good
I love
movie,
that
though.
movie. Yes, it was. Losers is a fun movie.
It
Yes.
doesn't hold up. Go
Chris
back and watch
Evans.
it.
Yes.
Go back and watch it. Doesn't hold
No,
up.
you go back and watch it.
You go back and watch it.
I mean, I think it's hard because it's just that first arc. I mean, and they did so many things that were like shot for shot.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do better than Jock on like storytelling?
Yeah, right,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did it so cinematically that it's like, that whole scene, with the computer and he's in the elevator and with Cougar and like, he does the okay and through the window. And it's like, it's perfect. And there's so many things where it's like, it's a ton of fun. There's a ton of action. Everyone's like good and like the appropriate amount of funny.
Yeah.
Like they're not like quippy to be jokey. It's like, these are like sarcastic, like military, like soldiers. Like they are just, it's like the cops making jokes at a crime scene. Like this is the horror of their life.
Right.
And they see bad shit all the time. And, you got to make jokes.
They're
And
the Losers, baby.
Yeah, it's great. It was, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, they're never going to make another one of these, which is a shame. But
Yeah. That was that time where they were like, green light everything.
Yeah,
Green light the Losers. Green light red. Green light red 2.
Hey, I can't believe Red got 2 movies.
Oh, man.
Warren
Ellis had a really good post about that. He was like, "Did I like the movie? No, I thought it was terrible. Did my daughter get a pony? You bet your fucking ass she did."
I think she got a second pony. I think that's what it was. It's like new pony. Everyone gets a pony.
A better pony.
That movie, Losers, came out right around the time of the A-Team movie with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And it's like, that movie's great too.
I love the A-Team movie.
And both of those movies tanked. It's too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it made a lot of. I think the A-Team made more money than any of those.
Well, probably, but like, they were just like fun action adaptations of things that I loved.
They're kind of the same thing, which is not great for like competition. Where it's like, we have 2 of these movies about disavowed soldiers that were left for dead, that aren't dead, that want revenge.
There was
like
literally,
it's kind of the same thing.
2.5. One was Spies, I guess. Red was Spies, but yeah, the other 2 movies absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you got a lot of that stuff, and I got you. Hold on. So there's I don't know, but I mean, think about it now. Like Chris Evans is only one of the biggest movie stars on the planet.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is huge, and you could do Zoe Saldana too. Like, if Idris Elba, like, you couldn't make that movie for what they made it now because the actors are too big.
No, absolutely.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Which shows how great the casting
for sure.
was. Definitely.
Right. So that is my point. So, did you guys see the Sean Murphy question on Twitter about the weirdest interaction with a pro at a convention?
I did.
No.
Yes.
What was it?
He just asked what is your weirdest interaction with a pro
Okay.
at a convention.
I assume there were some good answers.
Yes.
He said like no names, but then people would sometimes name if it was like a complimentary story. But some of the stories are pretty hilarious, and people are. Like these shut-in genius artists are total weirdos. In person,
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah, one guy was like, I was in line for this guy that I idolized, and all he wanted to do was hit on my friend's girlfriend, who was also in line with us, but did not care about comics. It's like, and then he turned to me and goes, "What? Did you want me to sign this or something?" Like, yeah, yes. That's
No,
what
I
I'm
want you to have
standing
sex
here
with my girlfriend. I brought her here so you can have sex with her. Come on.
Thanks for bringing the eye candy. Can I
Right.
can I sketch something for you? Yeah.
I met
Yeah.
Steve
So
Rude
there's-
at a con once, and Steve Rude is one of my all-time favorite artists. And I went up and I was just like, Mr. Rude, I cannot tell you how much I love Nexus, how much I love everything you do. I think you are so underrated and so important. And Steve Rude sort of leaned back and went, well, most of my fans are more intelligent than other fans out there. And I went, oh, fuck, Steve Rude is a jackass. God damn. And then I listened to him talk about himself for almost a half an hour, and it just killed my soul.
Oh, man.
Like,
I have two very fun convention stories, one positive and one kind of shameful on my part. The positive one was I went with our former boss to a terrible comic book convention in Las Vegas, partly because our boss was a gambling addict, and partly because there was a Diamond Comics retailer summit
and
afterwards.
partly because there was a porn convention right next door, wasn't there?
No.
Oh,
there
that was a different one.
There was some big boxing event happening
okay.
that weekend. No, there was the Diamond Retailer Summit was after the Las Vegas Extrosion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Extrosion. That's not a word.
No. It sounds like something that happens accidentally on the surgery table and you're dead.
Right, or it's
Doctor, he's extruded!
It's a it's a bathroom accident.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I extruded. They paid way too much money for the venue. It was at the Mandalay Bay Casino, or arena or whatever.
Okay, get to the story.
And they spent way too much money on guests.
Your interaction.
And nobody showed up. So when I was just walking around the con floor because nobody was there,
Right.
In a vast open space in the room covered with velvet ropes because they thought they were going to have to fend off thousands of screaming fans, sat Brian Michael Bendis, who was probably at the height of his powers at Marvel at the
Right,
time,
right.
because he was about midway through his run on Ultimate Spider-Man. And I just walked straight past the ropes up to his table, and I was like, hey, man. And I had a really great conversation with him for like 10, 15 minutes. I was like, all right, well, I got to get back to my table, I guess. He did a little sketch in my sketchbook. It was fun.
Nice.
Some years earlier at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City.
It's a very long story.
No.
Short version.
I walked up and met Dwayne McDuffie before he died.
Oh, yeah. Dwayne McDuffie
And
ruled.
I like Dwayne McDuffie a lot. You know, I like Damage Control. I was a fan. I don't remember what. Oh, at the time, Static Shock, the cartoon, was pretty popular, and so they brought back the comic for a brief time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "I got these Static Shock comics. If you want to buy any," and I was like, "I already got that one, thanks," because I didn't really have any money, and I was trying to be polite. It's like, "Oh, that's all right. I already got that one." And it's like, "Oh yeah, this one doesn't come out until Wednesday." So I lied to Dwayne McDuffie's face, and he called me on it.
Well done, Joe
Yep. And then he died.
Yeah, and then he died. That's
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
Joe Patrick did not kill Dwayne McDuffie, just for clarification. R.I.P.
We don't know that.
Yeah, but we don't know that you weren't part of it.
He died of a broken heart.
Brian Domingos, it is always wonderful.
Listen,
to talk
I'm
to you.
sorry I talked through your entire call, Brian. It's not. I apologize.
That's cool. I'm glad to know that he went out one up on you.
One up on me. Yeah, Dwayne McDuffie got
That's
one over
you
on
can
me.
never get back. And he's only, an icon. So
It's true.
I guess that's pretty good.
Yeah.
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 Oh, this is
Yeah,
the
well,
internet's
that's-
Joe Patrick, though. I mean, come on. That's
I wasn't
something.
the internet's Joe Patrick at the time.
You were
no.
just Joe Patrick.
Yeah, I was.
No. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Brian, always good to talk to you, buddy. You have a good one, okay?
You two guys later.
Kick that kid for us.
I want to hear from somebody. Who is your Batman? We've got a new Batman coming. We've heard that Affleck is out. Batfleck is done,
It's over.
which is not a surprise.
No.
At all. No. Thank you for calling THN cover to cover. Caller, who dis?
Hey, it's Heather.
Hi,
Hey, Heather, what's happening?
We didn't even know you still
Hi, guys.
liked us. Jeez.
I see her watching in the chat every once in a while.
What do you want to rap about, Heather?
Well, I am about less than 2 months out from having a little baby boy.
Oh, my God.
Oh boy.
Jeez. You shouldn't even be making phone calls. You should be resting.
Well, my daughter is over watching Teen Titans Go, the movie.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Go to the movies.
It was wonderful.
So she's on the couch, and I figure I could call in because we have a very important question for you, me and my husband.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We're ready.
My daughter is named Kara after Supergirl.
Okay.
And now we want to name our son some name from a DC comic, is what my husband's insistent upon. It has to be DC. I'm okay with Marvel, anything. I
Okay,
love
so
Marvel.
no pressure, but you want us to name your child.
I need some good names because he's over here. He likes Bruce. I don't like Bruce.
Bruce. I mean, like
It
Bruce
doesn't
is...
go well.
Most DC male names are pretty old fashioned, like Barry.
They really
Right.
are.
Heather, what's your last
Clark.
name? So we know we're not like putting it with anything weird. What's your last name?
Well, that's what's tricky is Oliver. Because I was like, Green Arrow. But no. that
Oliver,
doesn't work 'cause
Oliver.
we have Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. Roy.
Roy's not bad, but I don't love Roy's,
Roy's kind of an
character
old-fashioned
anymore.
name, yeah.
Roy Oliver, though, that does sound like... Roy Oliver sounds like an actor or a stuntman. You know?
Sure. You know what? We were just talking about our former boss. He named his son Cal, which I don't think is bad.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
After
nice,
Superman.
actually.
What about Qatar?
Oh, Carter.
Carter. Ooh, Carter Oliver. That sounds like Carter
Yeah.
Oliver.
Carter's a good one.
Carter's a
My
really good
little
name.
brother is going to name his baby either Carter or something else.
Okay, well, when
I'm
does his
sorry.
baby show up? Because you can steal it.
His baby is 2 weeks before mine.
Brutal
So
bummer. Okay.
I can't steal unless he chooses not to use that name.
Yeah.
And we know it's a
Yeah.
boy, right? We're not giving a
We
girl
know it's a boy.
Okay. Which you can
Yeah, 100% it's a boy.
name your kid whatever you want. No judgment here.
Okay, I am kind of leaning towards Oliver, but I know that's probably not realistic. So Cal is a good one. Carter is a good one. I mean, there's John Jones, but that's kind of plain.
Again, yeah. Like, I don't know, a name like Tim, you know, meh.
See, it's so hard. I think it's so hard to find a boy name that works because they all kind of seem plain until you put the last name on it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Oh. Jackson. Jackson Oliver. Listen to that name. That's beautiful.
Jackson Oliver.
Who's Jackson?
Jackson Oliver. Jack Knight. His full name was Jackson.
Okay, I'll
That's
give that
a
to
good
you.
Jack
one.
Knight's full name was
That's a good one.
Jackson.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone calling him Jackson.
And I think
but-
his father did every once in a
Cara
while. But
and Jackson.
yeah,
Cara and Jackson.
I think Jackson's a
That
beautiful
works
name.
great.
Jackson Oliver.
Um,
That's a great name.
one of the ones that I like because it's a little different is Slade.
Slade.
But
But he's gonna.
but because of this dumb movie,
yeah.
all my husband does is go Slade all day.
Also, Slade Oliver sounds like he's a porn star.
Yeah, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and I'm like, this kills me because I like a little edgier names
Okay.
than just the plain ones.
Yeah,
My husband just likes the plain ones.
that's.
So
I'm with him. I'm kind of a traditionalist in that way.
Fair enough.
But yeah, my wife who is watching now, hello Michelle. She said if we ever had a boy, she wanted to name him Jackson with an X. I was like,
No.
no
God,
way.
no. Was he a UFC fighter? He's not even a UFC fighter. He's like a Mortal Kombat fighter. Like, come on.
But yeah, no,
You could go the steel route and John Henry Oliver.
John Henry.
John Henry.
I mean,
that's a great name.
John Henry is kind of like a cultural figure.
you see my dilemma though here.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
There's
it's hard.
too many names.
Tough, especially with DC. It's tough because all kinds like Marvel.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of names. You know. Like,
Solivar.
yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Solivar, King of Gorilla City.
Solivar
Well,
Oliver.
I told him my first choice, if we were to do one, would be Parker. But he doesn't want Parker. He doesn't want it to be Marvel. So
Yeah, and you get the two R's. Parker Oliver is a little, wonky.
You can't name him John Oliver because
Yeah.
that's a guy already.
Yeah, but I mean, you could.
Hal is bad.
Hal Oliver. Yeah, Hal's a little too.
Jackson's pretty good.
Moonface. Moonface Oliver.
No, his name was Pieface.
Oh, Pieface.
Yeah,
Sorry.
which is super racist.
Pieface.
Yeah, in hindsight. Alan. Alan?
Alan Oliver?
That's not great.
Alan
Yeah.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Jay?
There's too many L's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so if anyone has suggestions,
Okay.
comments,
We're taking
great.
suggestions. We're
I'll
taking
take 'em.
suggestions officially. A DC first name that works with the last name Oliver.
Of a
Yes.
boy.
A boy.
A male's first name.
of
Yeah.
a boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We're on the case, Heather. We're going to name your damn kid. It's going to happen.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Heather.
Good to talk to you.
Congratulations.
Good to hear from you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
First official
Darren Neely suggests Sinestro.
Sinestro Oliver. I love it.
Or Wayne.
Kilowog.
Kilowog.
That's a much more interesting name.
Kyle.
Kilowog Oliver.
Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, Kyle Oliver.
Kyle Oliver's pretty good.
I don't mind Kyle Oliver. That's all right.
That's a good one.
I do like Kyle.
I like Jackson, though. I'm sorry, I'm calling your BS. They never called him Jackson in Starman.
Isn't his full name Jackson Knight?
Well, maybe, but I don't remember them ever saying Jackson in any of the comics.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know. Phone lines are open. Call in. We got to name a baby. I want to hear your new Batman. We've got the answers for the question of the week.
What was, David. Starman's brother was named David.
Yeah, but again, that's really plain. David Oliver.
He also died in the first 5 seconds of that comic.
Oh, there's Honor. Honor Jackson. Honor's a good one.
Queen Oliver, that's a good one.
Queen Oliver.
Basil? Alfred? Alfred Oliver?
Bane. Bane Oliver. Yeah.
What about it doesn't have to be a hero, right? Oh, what about Jervis?
Or Orion.
Oh, Orion is good.
Orion Oliver.
Oh, man.
That's a rad name.
Who's going to pick on that kid?
Orion Oliver? That
Yeah,
dude.
you don't wanna mess with
He's a
Orion
pro wrestler.
Oliver.
Like, ladies and gentlemen, Orion Oliver. Oh, shit. Entering the Royal Rumble at number 30, Orion Oliver! Thank you for calling THN cover to cover. Caller, who dis?
Hey, nerds, it's Kyle Fox.
Kyle Fox.
Hello, Kyle.
How are you today, sir?
Pretty good.
Kyle's
How are you guys
always
doing?
Kyle's always sort of dialed back. He's
Well,
low-key.
look, he's probably
I like
he's
that.
probably running on pretty little sleep at the moment because the dude just had a baby.
It's true. He's a new dad.
Yep.
New dad.
Yeah, I popped in and saw you guys were talking about baby names, so I thought I'd call in and just say hey.
So, speaking of which, what'd you name your baby?
Yeah. Hazel Rose.
Oh, that's adorable. I love the name
Yep.
Hazel. That's so cute.
Yep.
And everybody's happy and healthy, right? We're all good.
Everyone's good.
All right.
Awesome. We made
Everyone's really good.
a pretty bold presumption on the main show that your baby was born with all 10 fingers and toes. I hope that's true.
Yeah. I mean, like,
That is true.
she's
Oh,
like,
good.
oh, she's got webbed feet. She has one weird toe. You know. What do you want to rap about? Enough of this baby talk. You got 18 years of baby talk ahead of you. Let's talk comics.
I know, right?
What do you want to rap
I know,
about?
right? Well, I was just calling maybe for the question of the week.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I kind of really like the new portrayal of Spider-Man in Homecoming.
Yeah.
Right? I think that really nailed, who Spider-Man is.
Without a doubt, Tom Holland, far and away the best Spider-Man we've ever had. No question.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no question. And there isn't even
Right.
an argument. Don't call in and argue. You're wrong.
Yep.
I'm just warning that guy.
I just think he brought a whole different vibe, and made it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I think the way that Spider-Man's supposed to be.
Well, in the sense, like, he's a kid, but he's not a little kid. And he's a
Right.
superhero, but he's still new to being a superhero, and like all these other, like Tobey Maguire just did not work. He was too old at the time for the role, and like, I'm sort of acting like I'm a kid right now. Like,
Well,
nobody's
he was.
buying it,
I
Toby.
mean, he wasn't. We liked him at the time.
He
yes.
was still too old for the role. Go back and look at it. It's weird.
No, I know. I don't think those Raimi movies
And then
really
Andrew
hold up.
Garfield is a very good actor, but I would also say too old for the role. Like, he was just too old. There's no way. He was like a 26-year-old kid playing a 16-year-old. It just didn't work.
Was he doing? Were they doing that in high school?
Yeah.
Were those
He was-
set in high school?
He was walking around high school. Didn't work.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have these kids these guys in their mid-20s, and you stick them in high school, and it just doesn't fit. They're so out of place.
Yeah.
And the extras that they get are, age-appropriate kids, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. It looks like they're narcs, basically.
Right.
Hello, students. Would any of you be willing to partake in
How do you do, fellow kids?
illegal
It's like
substances?
that Steve Buscemi scene from 30 Rock.
Kyle, I hear a baby in the background. Is that our new friend?
Yeah. Well, she's in the other room.
Okay.
But yeah, she's here.
Well, I like the name Hazel, but we're just going to call her Shiara, okay? We're going to pretend that's what you named her. Little Shiara Fox. Kyle.
Well, I like really old-fashioned names, right?
I do too.
And so I was reading through my comics because that's what I do, right? And so Hazel is in Saga.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
She's a little girl in Saga.
That's right. I forgot about that. I got to catch up on Saga. I'm so far behind.
Me too.
Kyle, it's good to talk to you.
I'm behind too.
We're going to open the lines back up, and we will talk soon.
All right, nerds.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, congrats, buddy.
The phone line is open.
So just checking in on the latest very serious suggestions in the chat.
Garfield.
John Luttrell suggested Basil. Or Basil. Brione. Patrick suggests Mixius Pitalik. JD got a catch. Hit us with Raish Oliver. Connor. Connor's pretty good, actually.
You have to be
Connor
Raish Oliver.
Raish Oliver.
No.
Yeah.
Raish Oliver.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
He also suggests Guy Oliver and Arthur Oliver. No, Justin is saying that Andrew Garfield was too old and too cool.
Oh, I thought he was saying Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield.
You're a kid, Garfield Oliver. Thank you for calling THN cover to cover. Caller, who dis?
This is Ethan.
Ethan.
Hello, Ethan.
All business today, I see, Ethan.
How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing okay. What do you want to rap
Let's
about?
get down to brass tacks, shall we?
For one, I think Queen Oliver should definitely win.
Okay.
And then
You can't name your
I was
little
just
dude
calling about the
Queen.
question. Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
can.
2019, man.
I'm sorry. My mind is open. It's fine.
Yeah.
But everyone's going to think you named him after the band. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
It's like if I named my first kid Van Halen Bomb. You know, like it. People would expect it, but it's dumb.
I would like that.
I'll
I was
defend
calling
Van
about
Hagar.
the question of the week.
Hit us. Question of the week.
Van Hagar bomb.
Van Hagar Bomb.
So, I was trying to think of my favorite portrayal. It's not necessarily one of my favorite movies or shows, but Cassidy from Preacher. I think that actor is just killing it.
I will give you. I do not care for the Preacher show, but that actor is excellent in that role.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
he does a really
I think
good
that's
job.
a difficult role that he's just so embodying, Cassidy's essence. It's really, really well done.
Yeah, very well cast. Definitely.
I haven't seen the third season. I've always waited till the seasons were done anyway and go find them. So I need to check that out. So I don't even know if it's good or not. But the first two seasons I was liking a lot. So
Yeah, I kind of gave up midway through the second. I was just not because it's necessarily a bad show, but and I don't need it to be slavishly devoted to the Preacher comic, but it's just not the Preacher show I wanted to see. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Call it
very
something
different.
else. Do something else with it. But it's not. It feels like a waste to me with what they could have done. Which is too bad. But that's not to say you shouldn't like it. It's all yours. While I have you on the phone, I'm going to make you talk about this because I can't get anybody to talk about it. We need a new Batman. Who plays the new Batman? Ben Affleck is out. Who plays your new Batman? Right? This is hard. Joe Patrick's knee-jerk reaction is Oscar Isaac.
It's not knee-jerk. I thought about it.
No, I don't. I wouldn't care for that. But Batman's my favorite, and so it's so hard.
I
for
know.
me. I don't really know.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that and let you know. And I'm not super picky about I don't really care who they cast for it because as long as keep him in the suit as much as you can,
Yes.
except when he's at the cave, and just make it a down to earth, gritty crime story that's not world blowing up CGI.
I
That's
totally agree.
all I care about.
Totally agree. And I almost think that and I said this on the other show, the character of Batman is so famous that if you put a very famous person in that role, it's like you have two personalities that you're trying to glue over each other, and it gets just muddy. Like Tom Holland, we love, as Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is hugely, iconically famous. Tom Holland, we didn't even know. They got this kid. He'd been in a couple things here and there. They got this kid and put him in there, and it just worked. And had you
Sure,
grab...
but Tom Holland was not nobody. He was an actor
I'm
already.
not saying he was nobody, but like Andrew Garfield was very well known when they cast him, and it just did not work. It didn't work.
Well,
at all. And he's
the
a
difference
talented
is
actor.
when someone looks at a guy and now they say, "Oh, that's Spider-Man," instead of being like, "Oh, that's Ben Affleck." You
Right.
know what I mean? So,
Yes.
And that's hard to do.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Also, it makes a difference.
Like, we know Ben Affleck is a very talented actor, and he looked good in the suit. It was still Ben Affleck. I didn't look at it and go, "That's bad. Look, Batman's doing Batman." Like, Ben Affleck is doing Batman shit.
But that's not because Ben Affleck is famous. That's because Ben Affleck is not as good as he could have been.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, too.
Because Christian Bale was famous when he became Batman, and everybody loved him for it.
Christian Bale is also a freak that can do anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's all about picking the.
Literally
It's all about
anything.
picking the right.
The guy
actor.
played Dick Cheney. Okay.
Like, you think that you want a lesser known actor to play this icon, and I think that you're wrong.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're not going to get hyped for it.
I think you're not going to get hyped for it.
Well, this is productive.
Yeah.
This is a productive
I
conversation.
think you're productive.
I want to give my least favorite portrayal too that came to mind. The one that's probably made me most angry would be Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Yes! Oh, my
Absolutely.
God.
Number one with a bullet. It was so stupid. You took arguably one of the best bad guys in comics history, Superman's nemesis, and reduced him to like a giggling ADD creator of Facebook, more or less.
He left a jar of pee on Holly Hunter's desk.
God, it was so stupid.
Now, that's not Jesse Eisenberg. That's a terrible movie choice.
Yeah.
But, like,
Jesse
what
Eisenberg
is this?
is a great actor.
What is this character?
Yeah.
What have they done?
And like that monologue that he gives, it's like almost 5 minutes in front of a painting where he just like totally comes out of character for a little bit and does this bizarre monologue and then goes back to, "Oh, Bruce Wayne, me Clark Kent, like, fuck off."
I would,
God!
I would
telling
prefer
you,
that, actually.
I would take Jared Leto over Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes.
Any day, even though I hate the Joker portrayal, but I'm like, you know what? That wasn't because of Jared. It's the look of it.
It was just a bad movie and a bad look.
But-
Jared Leto, I would take his Joker over Eisenberg's Luthor any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week.
And it was almost Bryan Cranston. I'm so mad.
I know.
He'd have been good.
He'd have been great. He'd have been perfect. Although, I do picture Lex as a pretty buff guy.
Not always.
Like
Lex
a
has
big
not always
buff
been
dude.
a buff dude.
I know he hasn't always, but that's like my Lex. He's a big buff. He's the ultimate smart human being, and he don't need no Superman. He's going to show you. You know?
Anything that doesn't look like he's like a young guy, like where he look, because Jesse Eisenberg just has kind of one of those baby faces, like Michael Cera. Like he's going to look like he's in his mid-20s for a long time, and so it's like that's not. I don't know.
Right.
We all have our own preferences, but that's definitely not the look that I want for the most like dangerous, non-powered man in the world.
Our next Lex Luthor is John Cryer from 2.5 Men.
No, okay.
So
I would still argue a better step in the right direction.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not inspiring confidence.
So John Luttrell in the chat just said Batman, Ryan Gosling.
No.
Yeah. I think Gosling's too pretty. And, like, I don't know. He's not Batman.
JD Got a Catch says Josh Hartnett as Batman, which is what you said on the main
That's exactly
show.
what I said on the main show. I would love Josh Hartnett. He's a big dude, square jaw. He can do the menacing. He can do, like, the sexy-looking guy. He was excellent in Penny Dreadful. And, like, we can do the action. I think he'd be great. And he's a name that's just well enough known that people will be like, oh, shit, that guy's still working. Give him a chance to really shine.
Yeah, he's not, like, super famous.
Right.
Right.
I think he'd be great.
I probably would have went with Jake Gyllenhaal just off the top of my head because I think he's such a good actor.
I do think he's a good actor.
Really dark and serious. So
yeah, I don't know if I can see him in the suit. I feel like he'd look funny.
Look, they could put anybody in the suit. The suit's all padding.
Yeah, he's not a real big dude either. I mean, he's like an inch taller than I am, I think. So that's a problem. You know.
Tom Cruise is an inch taller than
Cute
you are,
as
and
hell,
he's
though.
the biggest action star in the world.
Yeah, but I don't want to be Batman.
Oh, you'd probably be good at it.
No. Are you kidding me? No.
He's a great action actor.
No. I'll take Jesse Eisenberg as Batman.
No,
over
don't
Tom
give me
Cruise.
that shit. Have you watched those Mission Impossible movies? They are great.
They are great. He's not Batman. He's great as Ethan, whatever his name is, in those movies. He's not Batman. No way.
I'm saying he could be.
No, get out of here. You're out of your mind. All right, but this is going to break down into fisticuffs, so we're going to hang up with you. I apologize, but thank you for your call. Good answers.
Thank you, Ethan. Ethan sent us a message on Facebook that we need to respond to.
Okay.
I don't want you to think we forgot, Ethan.
Yeah, we will handle that business off camera.
You got it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We'll hook it up.
All right, sounds good, brother. Talk to you soon. The phone line is open.
Justin Robert Fletcher says, wasn't John Cryer in Superman 2 or 3? He was, in fact, in Superman 4, The Quest for Peace,
yes,
as Lex
Lex's
Luthor's nephew, Lenny Luthor.
Why not just do it? Make him Lenny Luthor. That would be so much fun. Like, Uncle Lex never took me seriously, but I made my money, and whatever.
So they went to complete, Supergirl last season, or earlier this season? I can't remember. I think it was earlier this season.
I think it was earlier this
They
season.
brought in Otis.
Yeah.
And he was this, handsome, tough, gun-wielding badass. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They have gone the opposite direction with casting
So
Lex
stupid.
Luthor.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So bizarre.
John Cryer. Ducky.
Yeah. Otis could still be a pudgy fag. Mr. Luthor.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
Mr. Luthor.
Yeah, when they said they were bringing Otis onto Supergirl, I was like, yes, do it. And then it was this handsome dude. I was like, shut up, you guys.
I just saw little Hugo joined. He's watching right now.
Ah, Hugo.
Hugo's one of our Patreon patrons. I don't know where the kid's money comes from, but I will take it. Thank you, Hugo.
Maybe we don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. Hugo, oof. He's a hard character. The phone line is open while we're waiting for you to call. Let's check some voicemails here. Looks like we have got one from Mr. James Kaplan. He's a smart guy.
No, first is Mark Tarrington.
Oh, I keep trying to skip that accidentally, but
Hello, this is Barl from Earth 27 recording on behalf of Mark. You may be able to hear some chanting in the background. It is annoying. As a Earth Incorporated.
Time out.
Sorry.
Where is this call at? Whoa! Thank you for calling THN Cover to Cover. Caller, who dis?
Hey, it's Clay, the nickname.
Clay!
All right.
You're
Clay,
still with
the
us.
nickname.
Yeah.
Your timing is impeccable as always, too, sir. How are you today, and what do you want to rap about?
I guess I haven't seen the question of the week. I assume it's something about the Batman casting.
Well, we were talking about your favorite casting of a superhero. Not necessarily like the best, but like your personal favorite. And one character that they can just never get right, that they cannot cast correctly.
Ooh.
But we are also talking
I'll
about
have
Batman, if you have an answer.
We are also talking about Batman. Like, who should be the new Batman?
Yeah, I still don't know on that one.
It's tough. It's really
I would have said what's his name? The guy who's new Professor X and Split.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Yeah. I would have said him, but he's in too many superhero things at this point.
Yeah,
so
I think he is. I think he's probably...
He got like a max of 2.
Yeah. After that, it gets ridiculous. I mean, you can do Human Torch, you can do Captain America, but you don't get to do anything else,
Yeah, exactly.
He was also in The Losers.
Yeah, a max of 2.
Yeah, but he wasn't a superhero.
Yeah.
He's a soldier.
Whatever. I mean, my favorite casting ever is still... God, it's too early on the West Coast. I'm not thinking straight. What's his name? Is J. Jonah Jameson?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. Somebody else called in earlier with
Simmons,
that. It was too good.
Favorite casting of all time, but I would say I don't know. I'll have to think about that a bit more. The main thing I was going to talk about is just how stoked I am for Umbrella Academy.
Looks good.
It looks really good. I read a really bad review this week.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I read a really bad review that it's like they said it's beautiful, the imagery is great, but it is like a slog. Like they made it like too emo, too noir, too like gothy, and it's just hard to care about the characters, and it just felt like a slog. And that's a
Maybe
brutal...
it'll be different from the perspective of a fan of the books.
Yeah, could be. Because I'm expecting that.
Maybe
It should be dark and dour, and the kids are
I mean, it's a
odd
black
and,
comedy
Right.
kind of.
Right.
It's not like lighthearted fun.
Right. And the guy that wrote it was from the Watch podcast. He's one of Bill Simmons' guys, and that guy's a pretty good nerd. He knows he's got his nerd cred, so it worries me a little bit. I don't know.
We will see.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for it.
I do worry that it's going to be, basically superhero haunting of Hill House.
Right.
Which I loved, but I think, having everyone just talk about their dysfunctional family and not actually solve any crimes or anything would be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough one to get right. It's going to be a very tough one to get right. But
it comes out February 15th.
Yeah, it's like next week.
Which is it's the 2nd today. So, no.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
4 days from now.
I just saw from the trailer and everything, I thought that they nailed, making it into something not ridiculous looking.
No, absolutely.
Which I thought was, I did not think there was any way that you could adapt that comic and make it, a actually believable adult show and not like a cartoon or something, and they managed to do it. So
but I also didn't want to see it super vibrant and colorful. I'm glad they're doing it
You know
like
what?
dark
Look,
and sepia tone.
If I don't get that kid's head on a gorilla eventually, I will be pissed.
Yeah, Space Boy needs to be on a gorilla's body with a kid's head.
I feel like they were keeping true enough to the rest of the stuff. I am curious. I am curious what they're going to do with the villain. Who's the main kind of Joker type guy?
Because it looks like Ellen Page's character isn't going to have the same arc.
Well,
yeah, I think she's too recognizable. My only thought is that she's by far the biggest actress in it, so maybe it'll be sort of like a Ned Stark in Game of Thrones thing where they kill her off in the first season or something like that, so she doesn't come back.
That's true. There's no rules anymore, so.
Yeah, and
Ellen Page ain't the Ellen Page she used to be. I think you can get Ellen Page cheaper now than you.
No, I mean I'm not saying. I'm saying like based on what I've seen from the trailer, it looks like she's a more integrated part of the family than the character that we know from the books, and especially what happens to her.
Well, and
in the first story arc.
She was, and then when we pick up in the first story arc, it's like things had gone bad. So maybe we're seeing before that.
Perhaps.
And I think we are. I think this is prequel to what we got in the first volume of the book, is my guess.
Yeah, it might be like 6 episodes in, or maybe more by the time you actually see the White Violin.
Or the second season is actually the first volume. I mean, we'll see.
Or that could be. That would be really cool.
Maybe they pull a Preacher and it's not an adaptation at all.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. I kind of hope not.
They might be telling their own story.
I mean, they're cool enough characters that you can, definitely do some other stuff. I mean, God knows they should have had more books.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I think you could just pick up from the flashbacks that they have in that first volume and be like, we're going to tell that story, the flashback story when they were kids, how we got to this point, and then we'll show you the next story, which is volume 1. I think that'd be really smart.
Or they could kind of cut back and forth the whole season.
That's
Who
true.
knows?
That's true. Clay, it is always good to talk to you, man. I'm sorry you got up so goddamn early for this.
Though we appreciate it.
Go.
I got up early because my band is literally going to shop for costumes.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, that's good. I think now that you're filling in for Guar, I mean, things are looking up. You know,
more becoming Devo, I would say.
Oh, okay, that's cool too. I'm a huge Devo guy.
I approve. Yeah, same.
I definitely approve. Good to talk to you, Clay.
Yeah, good to talk to you guys.
Take it easy,
have a good
pal.
one, brother.
Yeah, bye.
Patrick in the chat says, Lowell was a pretty good Sandman as far as casting goes, and it took me a minute to realize that actor's name is not Lowell, but that is exactly how I remember him too, as Lowell from Wings.
Yeah.
His name is Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah. He looked the part.
He did play a good Sandman, but the story was bad. Yeah.
It's terrible.
But yeah, Lowell. Same thing. That guy from Coach is always Dauber. I don't care what his name is. It's Dauber.
I believe Dauber is dead. I think he died.
Is Dauber dead? No, he's not.
I think Dauber is dead. Look it up.
We're going to fact check.
Just ask Siri. Is Dauber dead? Hey Siri, is Dauber dead?
Hey Siri.
Let's see if that works.
Hey Siri. Is Dauber from Coach dead? Did you accidentally summon me? Siri doesn't know shit. Hey Siri.
Go ahead.
Who played Dauber on Coach?
No. You just got to go, is Dauber dead? You're defeating the point now. Yeah, get her out of here.
Siri, you're so bad at this.
Okay, let's go back to Ball.
Has a policy of encouraging cultural diversity in the workplace, and the basement break room is used by employees for ceremonies and acts of worship. What is being worshipped is unclear. Signage has been placed in the area stating that it should be left reasonably clean and that blood, bodily fluids, ectoplasmic slime and similar materials should always be removed. You biological creatures always seem to be exuding something. I am sure it is unnecessary. The current break room sign replaces the previous sign which stated that the room should be left in the condition in which it was found. Given that it has been found to contain a gigantic centipede with a taste for human flesh on more than one occasion, this advice was not considered helpful. This week Mark has been listening to the King Mobcast. This is a monthly read-along podcast about the Grant Morrison comic series The
King
Invisibles.
Mobcast. That's it.
The podcast was mentioned by a previous caller to cover, who
Yes.
Mark would like to thank for the suggestion. The four hosts, Ryan, Zach, Kyle and Brendan, have varying levels of familiarity with The Invisibles and the weird world of Morrison, from having read everything to virtually no experience. Episodes are typically between 90 and 120 minutes, with each episode being devoted to one or two issues. The hosts discuss the creation of each issue, the content, and the cultural context. When a given issue is being discussed, there is no discussion of future issues, so the podcast does not contain spoil the series, provided listeners read along at the same pace. Whether it is actually possible to spoil a series as bizarre as The Invisibles is questionable, but they avoid it anyway. Mark would recommend the podcast to anyone with an interest in Grant Morrison's work, and in particular to anyone with an interest in The Invisibles.
Jesus Christ!
That is all for now. Goodbye.
Okay,
Yikes.
the King Mobcast
Yeah,
is the podcast he's talking about.
Somebody on the fan page
Follows the
sent
Invisibles.
the link to you. Yeah.
Okay, Dauber, also
Oh,
known
I got it.
Bill
here.
Faberbacky,
Bill Fagabeefy.
is alive, and he's also the voice of SpongeBob's best friend.
Patrick. Yeah. Patrick Star.
He's Patrick. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So apparently, as of 2015, NBC had planned a revival of Coach.
Really?
Just like they've revived every damn show that was on when we were kids.
Okay.
Will and Grace is back. Roseanne was back for 5 minutes, and now it's something else. And he was going to reprise his role as Dauber as a recurring role. Jerry Van Dyke, who played Luther, I think was his name.
Yeah.
The assistant coach.
Yeah.
He was still alive at the time, and he was going to come back. But Shelley Fabergé, who I think eventually died, she was having health problems.
Oh.
She was the wife. She played Christine, his wife.
So just
Coach's wife.
well, Coach, where's your wife? Oh, she died. Oh, brutal bummer. Next time on Coach, like whatever.
But yeah, I don't know if this is actually still happening because this was 3 years ago.
Okay, Coach Cast is over. Let's move on to James
excuse
Kaplan.
me, it's Daubercast.
Pardon me, Daubercast. The Dauber fan cast. James Kaplan, get us out of this, will you?
Hey guys, James Kaplan here with an answer to my own question of the week about favorite and or least favorite portrayals of superhero characters in movies. I have to start with Christopher Reeve, an obvious choice, but in my mind, he's the gold standard of superhero portrayals in movies. He physically looked like the character. He looked like a Kurt Swan or Jorge Luis Garcia Lopez drawing brought to life. Yeah. And he really embodied the classic portrayal of both Superman and Clark Kent as two really distinctive characters. The other character that I think more than any other feels like he just stepped out of the pages of a comic is J.K. Simmons' portrayal of J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. Like, I feel like that was as close to perfect of a comic character brought to life exactly how I imagined him from the comics. On the flip side, I don't think Hollywood understands the character of Dr. Doom at all. He's meant to be a dictator, a genius in both science and magic, and someone who truly believes himself to be beyond the concepts of good and evil. In the 2005 movie, Julian McMahon is a perfectly fine actor, but he didn't convey any of that stuff. He was just sort of generic bad guy, I think. And then the the 2015 Fantastic Four movie was horrible for 100 different reasons, but their complete and total misunderstanding of the character of Doctor Doom was one of the most egregious sins.
Was
like
Doom.
a grungy, disaffected computer hacker. Really?
He was a hacker, yeah.
And,
he probably had
the costume looked like a crash test dummy covered in pewter-colored paint and decorated with Christmas tree lights, which, is not really what Doctor Doom is going for. Anyway, most movies have been decent, but those are just a few at either end of the spectrum. Take care.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a dude wearing armor with a dress over it.
That's just it.
Give me Dr. friggin' Doom.
Like, it's so easy. He's an egomaniacal lunatic. He's super smart. Like, he literally is a mustache twiddling bad guy. Put him in armor and put the cape on him.
Yes.
And everyone's like, no, that's too easy. My Dr. Doom is going to be a disgraced vet tech that is so vegan that he wants to take over the world. Like, fuck off,
Right. Yeah, like, they can still have the storyline where he went to college in the States, and that's how he knew Reed, because, hey, newsflash, royal family members from other countries come to school in America all the goddamn time.
And he's not interested in his royalty. He wanted to go and learn, and it turns out he's smarter than everybody there, and he's especially smarter than that prize student, Reed Richards. Why does everybody like him? Like, come on, I don't even remember if Doom
inherited. I think he conquered Latveria. I don't think he comes from a royal family. No, because he was from a family of gypsies.
His mom was a gypsy. Yeah. That's right.
Gypsies is kind of racist these days. I apologize, but I don't remember the other name.
His mom was a gypsy. Full on. It was super racist. She had like finger symbols and shit. It was ridiculous. I think she was a belly dancer.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so Christopher Reeve is my answer for favorite, obviously.
Too easy. Too easy.
No, it's not too easy. The question is favorite.
It's too easy.
That's no such thing as easy. It's your favorite or it's not.
Look, you want to pick the easy one, that's fine.
It's my favorite.
Okay, you picked the easy one. Good for you. That's fine. I got a better one. Harvey.
Hey nerds, Locust here, MP3 my answer to the question of the week, and I am going with Alan Cummings' portrayal of Nightcrawler in X-Men 2. Really? I believe that, first of all, that opening
angel
scene
scars
was, I think, a very fundamental
I have one for every sin I've committed.
Diving off point for people, a normal audience, to see what a comic book movie could do. That scene where he enters the White House and attacks the president, which it
was awesome.
I'm sure a lot of us listeners out here right now would like to see that happen with the current administration.
You can't say that over there. Where's Harvey?
It's not a threat.
That scene, though, was so beautifully done.
We do not have teleporting powers. Repeat.
To me, Alan Cumming is such a great actor, and I really think he nailed the voice of Kurt Wagner. He really got the accent down. He had the facial structure, I want to say. Now this is how he's going to this is also going to end up, Nightcrawler is also going to end up being my secondary answer as to one that they haven't quite got right yet. Because,
good. You're not completely insane.
The blue skin wasn't... granted, that's all we could get. Time being, I don't know how the ability to make him look fuzzy, like a peach fuzz, would be really hard, I think, to pull off right now. But why the scars? Why make him a cutter?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
And now with the new kid that's playing Kurt in the movies, there's just something that feels off about him.
He doesn't even talk. I don't even know he's got any personality.
I forgot Nightcrawler was
where Alan, really had the eyes down. I think this kid's eyes don't really look as good. And I don't know if that's, that's just not his fault. It's not the kid's fault, but it's got to be something to do with the makeup or the contacts, or maybe it's the CG versus the practical effect. I'm not sure. But, so yeah, Alan Cumming and Nightcrawler are my answers. Thanks, guys. Later.
Yeah, I think he's totally right. Like, I think Alan Cumming is great as Nightcrawler, but I think
He's
the
a
way
wonderful
that
actor,
the
too.
script portrayed Nightcrawler was stupid.
Yeah, he moved like him. He sounded like what I think Kurt probably sounds like.
Sure.
But at the same time...
He played him with a lot of heart.
Right. But Nightcrawler is not this, like, fragile flower, I am so scared. No, Kurt.
I mean, maybe at the beginning he could have
Kurt
been.
is a smart, like, driven...
No, like, I will give them that this is Kurt when we are first meeting him after he had been, like, tormented.
Fine, but he wasn't cutting himself.
But, yeah, the cutting and the scars, no.
Yeah, that's
I agree.
dumb.
I
Dumb.
agree. Bad.
And this should be so easy to get right. He's got a German accent. He's blue. He's got weird hands and weird feet. And he flips around.
But when he was
and
in
flips with
action in
swords,
that movie, it
looked
was
cool.
awesome.
It looked cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had to fuck with it for some reason. Ugh.
Checking in real quick with the chat. Justin Fletcher says, I tried calling in, but I couldn't get through. Here's my answer. Mickey Rourke as Marv.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke as Marv in Sin City was
great.
Marvelous.
And he says, as far as a character that they can't get right. Wait a minute. Where'd the rest of the fizz? Oh, there it is. The entire Fantastic Four. Yes, I agree with that as well.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Clay says, for Batman casting, I saw a suggestion for John Cho. If you don't know who John Cho is, he was either Harold or Kumar.
He was Kumar.
No, he was Harold, probably.
He was Kumar.
I doubt it. Now that I'm saying it, he was definitely Harold. And
I think
Harold and
Kumar
Kumar
should
go to
do
White
it.
Castle. He also plays Sulu in the rebooted Star Trek movies.
Yeah, he's great.
He says, obviously, the nerds that would drive the nerds nuts, but I think it kind of works. I think John Cho is great.
I think John Cho could probably kill it.
Yeah. Why can't Batman be a different race?
John Cho would need to bulk up a little bit. He's a skinny guy.
again, he is kind of a spindly guy.
John would have to, get beefcaked, All right, final call.
No, you skipped Jimmy Randall.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see Jimmy Randall. Well, here, let's do this voicemail because I got it loaded up, and then we'll do it.
Two-headed nerd. Hey, nerds. This is BS3. How's it going? Figured I'd call and leave a message. I didn't leave a message last week when you talked about non-crossover crossovers, because the only thing that stuck in my head was DC 1 year later, which I loved.
Counts.
It's compelling.
Counts.
But it wasn't quite a crossover. I don't know if it fit the mold.
Counts.
I didn't call with that. But this time, you wanted to know about good depictions on film. And I have an offering for you. So I think a lot of us think about really good performances, like Fred Molina as Doc Ock was awesome.
Oh, my God.
Wonderful. Who's Dead Joker? Good
Heath Ledger.
depictions, right? But it wasn't really a comic book depiction. I think the best comic adaptation of a character was Jack Nicholson's The Joker, which was really bizarre. In 1989, when it came out,
He's not
I
wrong.
remember people's jaws dropped at the thought of Jack Nicholson as the Joker, but boy, were we wowed when it happened. So that's my pick. And if you want to cast people for good ghost depictions in film, I think Anthony from Brooklyn might be a good selection for that. Calling him out. Anthony from Brooklyn.
Because he's a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, where you been,
hope all's
Anthony?
Well. Be well. Stay warm, nerds. Bye.
This call is notable for its most excellent Google transcription for when he said Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. Google thinks he said Fred Molino's cock.
Okay.
So
I will give him Jack Nicholson as a Joker was excellent.
yes, absolutely. Jack
He was
Nicholson.
excellent.
Jack Nicholson was fantastic as that kind of Silver Agey,
Yeah.
mid '80s,
And he was channeling like Cesar Romero as well from the TV show.
A little bit, yeah.
And like folding in like the terrifyingly insane Joker from the comics. It was great.
He was like a prototype Mark Hamill Punisher. They were talking about Punisher in the chat. Mark Hamill Joker.
Right.
That like, yes, he's evil. Yes, he's probably killing people.
For those of you who don't know, Mark Hamill was the voice of the Joker
in Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series.
He's killing people, but he's not like, you're not seeing the Joker like cut throats. He's not like super dark.
Right.
He's not cutting off his own face. It's just like purple suit, weird bow tie, sprays acid from his flower.
Totally.
If it was the comics, he'd be carrying a giant hammer.
Right.
That's the Joker to me.
Yeah.
And that was Jack Nicholson.
He killed it.
Totally agree.
Absolutely nailed it. Jimmy Randall, final call, and then we're getting into us.
G'day nerds, Jimmy Randall, MP3, question of the week.
A lot of
Here
toilet
we go.
humor.
But first things first, I'm
this week's show.
looking at pictures of America on the internet, and shit, you guys seem to be in a bit of trouble with some snow and cold weather.
Yeah, well.
Now, Thanos must have snapped, because shit is perfectly balanced. On my side of the planet, it is frickin' hot. According to my calculations, to put it into Fahrenheit, I'm sitting in about 106 degrees Fahrenheit weather.
Yeah, it's been crazy hot.
I'm just going to do an experiment, open the window, stick my arm out. Yep, and it's on fire. So, I just wanted to just talk about that, but God, what a fucking prick I am talking about the weather.
Jimmy Randall Productions apologises for this boring, shithouse dip in quality MP3 discussion. We now return to our usual high standard.
Let's get down to the question of the week. So, favourite on-screen portrayal of a comic book character, like who embodied the character the best? It's got to go to Carl Urban from Dredd. Like, that was actually...
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to
That's
talk
a
about
good
performances,
answer.
but that's what it was all about. You only saw his mouth the whole film,
Yes.
just the lower part of his head. And he embodied Judge Dredd, just seething hate and just wanted to dole out that vicious, violent, righteous justice just through his mouth. That was the best portrayal we ever got. And which one can they not get right? Well, that was easy. They've had 2 cracks at it, or 3 really. Dr. Doom. I mean, how hard can it be? Just get a decent script, slap a actor in that armour where you can just see his eyes, and boom, you've got it. There we go. Just see his eyes. Carl Urban would make a great Dr. Doom.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
He can act.
100%.
Using a little bit of his face.
I
He could
co-sign
do his
this.
mouth. He
I'm
could
in.
do Doom with his eyes. That'd be sweet. Carl Urban for Victor Von Doom. 2020, whatever. All right, that's me. Sorry for talking about the weather. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye, Jimmy.
Love you too, Jimmy. You know what? I would watch Carl Urban as Batman too.
He's old, dude.
He's
too old
an
to
older
play
dude, but he
Batman.
still looks pretty damn good. His Judge Dredd was amazing.
He was the law.
Yeah, it was amazing. And Judge Dredd's another one that they've gotten wrong plenty of times.
One time.
You know, it's Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, okay.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What a terrible choice. Just, ugh.
At least that movie had Rob Schneider.
Did you say at least something had Rob Schneider? That's
Yeah.
a sentence that no one has ever said out loud. Okay? And I'm not dissing Rob Schneider. You know, like, I'm not dissing him for working, but no one has ever said at least that movie had Rob Schneider. Okay? That's a terrible sentence.
I'm making history over here.
Carl Urban. Yeah, man. That's a great choice.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So your pick was
Yeah, and so let me
Superman.
let me
And
talk
yeah,
about it for a
of
little
course.
bit. So the question was, who in our minds and hearts embodies the character? And for me, that is Christopher Reeve. No one, like, yeah, you've got your J.K. Simmons. You know, he's a supporting character though, and there have been great Batman.
Yeah.
and there have been great Captain Americas.
Sure,
but Christopher
no,
Reeve.
there's been one great Captain America.
But you know what I'm saying.
Just one. It's singular.
But to me, Christopher Reeve was Superman.
Of course.
And not only Superman, but Clark Kent. And like, he literally transformed himself just with his body language. There's that scene in Superman the movie where it's after Superman takes Lois on his little flight, and she's, can you read my mind? She doesn't sing it, but yeah, right? But yeah, that's it. And she shows up forgetting that she had a date with Clark.
Yeah, because he kissed her and took it away.
No, that's way later. That's in like Superman 3 or 4.
No, 2. It's in 2.
Oh, Superman 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. But yeah, so he shows back up as Clark, and she's in a daze, and so he reminds her, like, we have a date, we're gonna go get a hamburger or whatever, and she leaves the room to go get freshened up, and he takes his glasses off, and I swear to God, he grows 6 inches. Like, he straightens up, and he becomes Superman.
Because he's like, I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her.
Right, he's like, Lois, I have something to tell you.
And then he's like, no.
Yeah, right. And just in that 30 seconds, he becomes Superman with the simplest of movements.
Yeah.
And he will always, for me, be the best actor to play that character.
Oh, most definitely. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Look.
He was perfect. Like, I can't, honestly, I don't know that you can make another Blade movie.
You think he
without
was
Wesley
better
Snipes.
than Sticky Fingers as Blade?
Yes, I'm going to say
from
he was a little
Blade,
better
the
than
TV
Sticky
show.
Fingers. Sticky Fingers, while I respect his rap career, just didn't quite do it for me as Blade.
You're right.
Snipes' Blade was perfect. perfect.
Yeah, you know,
and he wasn't just like he was that cheese ball 90s Blade that we had at the time, like pulled right out of the comics. Perfect. Leather jacket, like swords, and this was before we had a whole bunch of like kick-ass CG. So that dude was doing that shit.
Right.
He was flying around, swinging swords, karate and shit all over the place. Like that dude was in amazing shape and doing that.
Like they did the Crouching Dragon shit in Blade 2, but in Blade 1, he's just like
it's just him
smashing people.
Yeah.
Man. Well, like we made a lot of cracks about guys being a little old for things these days in this episode, but I don't give no shits.
No.
Give me another Wesley Snipes Blade movie.
Absolutely.
I will take it.
Absolutely.
I will take it.
Blade 1 and Blade 2 are fantastic. There is now Blade 3, piece of shit. But 1 and 2 were so great.
Yeah.
So much fun. And like I was at that age where I was reading those stupid Blade comics and thought that they were like pretty extreme and cool, and like then Wesley Snipes just did it. Absolutely did it. And it was violent and it was awesome.
I saw Blade 1 in the theater with my sister. With my teenage sister at the time. I friggin' loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
I love that movie.
Okay, character they can't get right.
I think Lex Luthor is a pretty good example. A lot of people have said Lex Luthor.
But they did get Lex Luthor right before. Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor was excellent.
That was 40 years ago.
You picked Reeves.
I get it. But I think but
I'm saying they have gotten it
there
right.
have been other attempts at Superman on screen, and they're not all bad.
No.
Tyler Hoechlin is great as Superman.
Kevin Spacey wasn't bad as Lex Luthor.
Kevin Spacey was just aping Gene Hackman.
Pretty much, yeah.
And even Henry Cavill, for as much as I pan those movies, I think he would have been good given the right material.
No, I think so, yeah.
But Lex Luthor is a character that I don't think that they have gotten right outside of the animated series since Gene Hackman.
As far and if you want to say that Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor was still pretty silly and not necessarily the Lex Luthor,
but for the
that
Lex
we know.
at the time,
right?
That was the Lex. That was Lex.
But I'm saying they have gotten Lex right before. They absolutely have. There's no argument. I'm saying they've never gotten Ghost Rider correct. Never.
That's fair.
And Ghost Rider should be so fucking easy. It should be so easy. And I'm not talking Ghost Driver.
No, I know. I get
Ghost Rider. This should be the easiest. There should be demons. There should be devils. Ghost Rider should go and kill
You know
them.
who would make a great Johnny Blaze?
Who?
Carl Urban.
Well, yeah, sure. I don't disagree. Ryan Gosling would make a great
Oh,
Johnny
shit.
Blaze.
Ryan Gosling would make a great Johnny Blaze.
He'd be great. He's got that faraway look in his eyes. Good-looking guy. He's kind of quiet. He's just trying to stay out of trouble.
He's already done the kind of stunt driver thing.
Right. He wakes up in the middle of the night on the side of the road, not knowing how he got there. The bike is there, and it's like, oh, my God, what happened? What did I do? And he has to try and retrace his steps, and it turns out like he broke up, a human trafficking ring, like these coyotes that were bringing, women and children from Mexico, and their mouths are duct taped just like Donald Trump says they are, and like he immortalizes them, and man, it would be perfect. It'd be so fucking easy. Instead, we get 2 goddamn Nicolas Cage movies.
He eats jelly beans out of a martini glass.
God, just awful.
Character.
So stupid. And I'm sorry, but the Ghost Driver on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks.
No, he was good.
No.
You're wrong.
No.
He was good.
It was dumb. I don't need
It
that
wasn't
character.
no.
It doesn't need to be on that show.
Oh, my God.
They didn't use him right.
You don't even watch that show
It was
regularly.
dumb. It
No,
was
it
dumb.
was good. He was good, and it was good.
No.
Yes.
No.
It was.
I hate it. All right.
Because that season had it had all kinds of supernatural shit in it. It had the Darkhold in it.
I know.
Yeah, of
And that
course.
was dumb, too. And I didn't like the Darkhold back in the day. It was stupid. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, my God.
doesn't need to be dealing with that shit. It's dumb. Whatever. I hate it.
You're an idiot.
Whatever. I'm taking the last word on this one.
Okay.
Let's get into our new question of the week. Let's set it up for these jerks. All right. We're done fighting for now. For now.
For now.
We're going to fight a whole bunch
now.
off camera in a little bit here.
TD Dubs. Hello, TD Dubs.
What up?
Sorry, the script refreshed and I lost it. I had it open.
W. I got it. You want me to read it?
I
I
got
can
it.
do your damn job.
I got it right here.
All right.
Our new question of the week comes from our good buddy Chase Magnet. What is one superhero that you wish was added to high school English curriculums? What superhero comic do you think should be taught in schools?
Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Superhero comic.
Oh, sorry. I mean, they were kind of superheroes.
Defenders of Dynatron City.
Okay, the Defenders of Dynatron City. Yeah.
Street Sharks.
Yeah, it's definitely Street Sharks. SWAT cats.
Yeah,
And
well,
we can do this all day.
They flew fighter planes.
They flew fighter pilots.
They flew fighter pilots.
All right, this show is over. We are getting out of here. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. You don't have to necessarily tune in to answer this question. You can do it at any time. You can send us an MP3 to twoheadednerd@gmail.com. You can call us at 402-819-4894 and leave a message anytime during the week up until, next week's show. And we will play it and we will talk about it and it will be fun. Thank you for Heather for rejoining us.
Yeah.
I hope we helped you with some baby names.
She liked Connor. She chimed in the chat. She liked Connor.
Connor Oliver's isn't bad at all. I like that name.
I think Jackson and Connor are our two biggest winners. I also like Kyle.
Connor Hawk, one of my favorite characters of all time, too.
Also Connor Kent. So it
Connor
double
Kent.
meaning.
I'm going to go with Connor Hawk.
You can go with Connor Hawk. But I'm saying it fits the theme if you named your daughter after Supergirl.
I suppose that's true. Connor Kent. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I think that might be for the win.
Connor's good. Connor Oliver.
All right. We just named your baby. Fuck, that was easy. I didn't know naming kids was this easy.
If you got a kid that needs a name, give us a call.
Not a problem.
402-819-4894. JD got a catch says, I hate it when mommy and daddy fight. Look, JD.
Oh, please.
It ain't real.
That's all we do is fight.
It's all for ratings.
All right, kiddies. Thank you to everybody that called and played today. That was a lot of fun, but right now we got to get out of here. We get these stupid real lives we have to tend to. So this is a two-headed nerd signing off.